Hey guys, so a lot of people lately have been asking me to show them how I do my Gallifreyan translations, which is a little difficult because I don't have a tripod. So you are watching this courtesy of my desk lamp taped to the table with the camera clamped on the bottom end. I was thinking I'd do one that's just kind of medium-sized. I thought I would do after all this time, always, which I mapped out right up here, and basically what I do with that is I just take this key that you can find on Sherman's Planet. Basically what you need to know is every circle inside the big circle is a word, and then the smaller circles or chunks out of it create the letters of that word, and then the vowels are attached to the consonants. Unless there's not one there, then you just kind of stick it inside the main circle. So step one is just to make a big old circle. Try and center it sort of so that you can get as much on there as you can. But this mother is lethal. Look at this. That I have stabbed myself so many times with this thing, so I hope you people know the blood and sacrifice I go through for you. So after the first circle, you make another one with the same center, slightly smaller. Okay, so our first word is after, which is kind of a good one to start with because it starts with an A, which means the vowel is going to be on the outside of the circle. And the thing with these Galifreyan translations is there is a lot of room for interpretation. And you could do the same sentence 20 different times and it would never look the same. So there's just kind of a lot of guesstimation with stuff, deciding how big or small you want things to be or where you want them to be. You kind of just get a feel for it after a while. To start at the bottom here, and we read them counterclockwise. So got my first circle here, and I generally like to just make the outlines of the main words first before I go through and put all the fanciness in. So the next word doesn't have a lot in it, it's all, so I'm going to make that one slightly smaller. And the next one I see has a dent in it. It's basically like half of a circle indented into the circle. And with those you can make them connected to the one before or after it, which I like to do because it kind of looks nice, you know, so gives it some cohesiveness. So I kind of just pick a spot where I want it to go, and with these connected things it's not actually going to be a half circle, but it'll still look good. Awesome. And then we use the center of the previous circle to just kind of make this gap here. And always is the most complicated word in here, so it's got the most parts, so I'm going to make it the biggest word. I'm thinking maybe yay big. Is that going to leave enough room for time? No, it's not. How about that? Nope. Still too big. Okay. And you screw up a lot, so you gotta make sure you gotta have a good eraser on there. And like I said, don't do anything too dark. Did I miss the center on here, or what? What is going on? Okay, I don't know what happened right there, but that was interesting. So there we have our basic outlines. So now we get to start putting stuff in there. So the word after starts with an A, and the vowel A is a circle outside, and since it doesn't have a consonant to be connected to, we're just going to stick it out here. Right there. Looks good. Okay, and then the next one is an F, which is made of one of these circles that's just barely attached to the edge. And the danger with those is I tend to make them too big and they don't have room for anything else. So you just want to kind of wing it so that it's just touching. See, I made it too big. I always make it too big. So it's just touching the edge of the circle there. And then you just erase the part where it's connecting, so you've got this sort of claw looking thing. I don't know how to describe it, but So that's one of those half guys I was talking about. The T has an E connected to it, and the E goes in the center of the circle. And since this is the circle here, this line here would be the center-ish. And you can put it anywhere you want on there. So I'm thinking I'm going to do it kind of... Actually, I lied. I'm going to put it over here because I know I'm going to have 3 lines connecting here, and I don't want that to be too busy. So I am awesome at screwing myself over with stuff like that. I cheat with these to make them different. I have the right to do that because you people don't know the difference. Okay. And that one, the R has 3 dots in it, and you can make them any size you want. You can put them on the inside of the circle, on the outside of the circle, big, small, different sizes. Okay, so now we got the word all, and with double letters, you just do the same letter inside itself. So let's stick the A right there, because we can, and then an L is a circle that's fully inside the word. So we'll go like that, and then do a smaller one, realign the center, and then the L has 3 dots. Yay! Okay. And then the word this, we already have part of it. S has 3 lines coming out of it, which I'm just going to connect to these things. But you don't want to draw out the lines fully yet because you might change them later. So I usually just do little nubs in the general vicinity of where I think I'm going to want them, and it often changes. Dang, that looks good. Okay, so now that we've got our main sentence going on here, we get to just kind of chop off the edges of this inner outer circle. I'm going to put this over here so I don't gouge holes in my table. So basically anywhere where there's kind of a dent in the words, you just use your compass to take a piece off there. As you can see, it's a lot of guessing and readjusting and fiddling around before you actually ever draw anything. Yeah, that looks real good. Now comes the part I suck at, which is tracing with a Sharpie. And I screw up on this a lot, which is why scanners are wonderful, because then you can go in, and I don't have Photoshop, so I just go on Microsoft Paint and I fix all the crappy mistakes I make. Okay, now we get to do our lines. With these, it really doesn't matter how far you carry them as long as you stop when you get to this outer circle here. See, that's why I do these little nubs, is because I tend to change my mind a lot with these. I think I'm going to have this guy go farther over here, actually. And voila! She's done. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you liked it. Bye-bye.